Hello there. It is wonderful to have you with me today. My name is your English coach, and we are going to tackle the monster, the beast, the part of the English language that gives every student nightmares. We are going to talk about phrasal verbs. Now, before you run away, or before you switch off this video, I want you to listen to a short story. Imagine you are in London. You are sitting in a cafe, drinking a lovely cup of tea, and you hear two native speakers talking. One of them says, "I woke up late because my alarm didn't go off, so I had to skip breakfast and run for the bus. But it was full, so I couldn't get on. I finally turned up at work an hour late, and my boss told me off. I feel like giving up." Now, imagine that same person speaking like a textbook. Imagine if they said, "I arose from my bed late because my alarm did not activate, so I had to omit breakfast and run for the bus, but it was full so I could not board. I finally arrived at work an hour late, and my boss reprimanded me. I feel like quitting." Do you hear the difference? The second version is grammatically correct. It is perfect English, but it sounds robotic. It sounds stiff. It sounds like a lawyer from the 19th century. If you speak like that in a pub, people will look at you strangely. The first version, the one full of woke up, go off, get on, turn up, tell off, give up, that is how we actually speak. Native speakers love phrasal verbs. We are addicted to them. We use them constantly, in business, in romance, in anger, and in joy. If you avoid them because you are afraid of them, you will always sound a little bit distant. You will always sound a little bit too formal. But if you can master just 20 or 30 of the most common ones, your English will suddenly sound colourful, natural, and fluent. So, take a deep breath. We are going to demystify this. We are going to stop speaking like a textbook. First, let us understand the concept. What is a phrasal verb? It is actually very simple. It is a little mathematical equation. You take a normal verb, like look, or get, or put, and then you add a small preposition, or particle, like up, down, in, out, or off. When you put them together, they create a brand new meaning that often has nothing to do with the original words. This is where the frustration comes from. Look means to use your eyes. After means later in time. But look after means to care for a baby or a dog. It is magic. It is weird. But it is English. We are going to break this down into 4 categories to make it easy for your brain to digest. We will start with the beginning of the day. Category 1 is morning and daily routine. Think about your morning. What is the very first thing you do? In a textbook, you might say, "I awaken," but no one says that. We say, "I wake up." To wake up is to stop sleeping. Your eyes open, but you are still in bed. You might lie there for 5 minutes looking at your phone. Then, you have to physically leave the bed. You put your feet on the floor and stand. We call this get up. So, first you wake up, then you get up. If you are lazy on a Sunday, you might wake up at 9, but not get up until 10. Now you are out of bed. You are cold. You need clothes. The textbook verb is to dress or to don. I donned my shirt. Please, never say that. We say, put on. I put on my shirt. I put on my trousers. I put on my shoes. It is the action of dressing. You go to the kitchen. It is dark. You need light. Do you illuminate the room? Do you activate the light? No. You turn on. You turn on the light. You turn on the coffee machine. You turn on the radio. And when you leave, you turn off. Now, imagine you want to make cereal, but the milk carton is empty. There is no milk left. A formal speaker would say, "We have exhausted our supply of milk." That is very dramatic. A native speaker says, "We have run out of milk." To run out of, it means there is none left. We have run out of time. I have run out of patience. So, your morning routine is already full of these verbs. I wake up, I get up, I turn on the light, I put on my clothes, and I realize I have run out of coffee. Disaster. Let us move to category 2, movement and travel. This is essential if you are visiting the UK or any English-speaking country. We have very specific rules about how we enter and exit vehicles, and it depends on the size of the vehicle. Let's talk about cars and taxis. To enter a car, we do not say embark. We say get in. You open the door and you get in. To leave the car, you get out. Simple. Get in, get out. But what about a bus, or a train, or a plane? You cannot say get in the bus. It sounds wrong. Why? Because on a bus, you can stand up and walk. There is a platform. So, for large vehicles where you can walk, we use get on and get off. So, you get in a taxi, but you get on a bus. You get out of a taxi, but you get off a train. If you mix these up, we will understand you, but it will sound strange. Now, imagine you are starting a long journey. You are driving from London to Scotland. You leave your house. The formal verb is to depart or to commence the journey. We commenced our journey at 6 a.m. That sounds like a military report. We say set off, S-E-T, set off. We set off at 6 a.m. It implies the beginning of an adventure. What time do we need to set off to avoid the traffic? When you arrive at your hotel, you need to go to the reception desk and get your key. We all know this one. You check in. And when you leave, you check out. But did you know we also use check out to mean look at something interesting? If I see a cool car, I might say to my friend, "Hey, check out that car." One more for travel. Imagine your friend is arriving at the airport. You drive your car to the airport to collect him. You do not collect him. That sounds like you are collecting a parcel or a stamp. You pick him up. To pick up. I will pick you up at the terminal. And when you take him home and he leaves your car, you drop him off. Can you drop me off at the station? So, travel is set off, pick up, get on, get off, check in, drop off. Let us move to the heart of the matter. Category 3. Social and feelings. This is where English gets emotional. This is where we express our relationships. Do you have a good relationship with your boss? Do you like your mother-in-law? If the answer is yes, you can say, I get along with them. To get along with someone. It means to have a smooth, friendly relationship. I don't get along with my brother. We fight all the time. What happens if you don't get along? you argue. You stop speaking. We call this falling out, to fall out with someone. I fell out with Sarah last week, and we haven't spoken since. It is a sad phrasal verb. Now, let's talk about excitement. Imagine you have a holiday coming up next week. You are thinking about it with happiness. The formal verb is anticipate. I anticipate the holiday. No, we say look forward to. I am looking forward to my holiday. Note the grammar here. It is usually followed by the ing form if you use a verb. I am looking forward to seeing you. Not to see you. I am looking forward to seeing you. What about when you are sad? Your friend is crying. You want to make them happy. You want to improve their mood. You say, cheer up. To cheer up. Come on, cheer up. It's not that bad. You can also do it to someone else. I bought her flowers to cheer her up. On the other hand, if someone is angry, shouting red in the face, you want them to reduce their anger. You tell them to calm down. Please, calm down and tell me what happened. And finally, a very useful one for disappointments. If you promise to help someone, but you don't do it, you disappoint them. You let them down. I promised I would be there, and I didn't go. I let him down. It means you lowered their spirit. So, social life is get along with, fall out, look forward to, cheer up, calm down, let down. Now, Category 4, Work and Action. This is for the office, for solving problems, and for resilience. Imagine you are working on a difficult project. You are tired. You want to stop, but you must continue. The formal verb is continue or proceed. Please proceed with your work. It is a bit stiff. We say, carry on. Sorry for interrupting. Please carry on. Keep on is very similar. He kept on talking, but what if the project is too hard? It is impossible. You stop trying. You surrender. You give up. I can't do this math problem. I give up. She gave up smoking last year. Sometimes you have a problem and you need to find the solution. You need to use your brain to calculate the answer. We say, figure out. I need to figure out how to use this new software. We need to figure out a way to save money. It implies a mental puzzle that you are solving. A very British phrasal verb that is similar to this is sort out. To sort out means to organize or fix a mess. My desk is a mess. I need to sort it out. There was a problem with the tickets, but we sorted it out. Now, imagine you have a meeting scheduled for today, but you are sick. You need to move the meeting to next week. The formal word is postpone. I need to postpone the meeting. That is okay, but put off is more common. Can we put off the meeting until Friday? To put off means to delay. However, if you cancel the meeting completely, it will never happen. We say, call off. The boss called off the meeting because of the snow. So, at work, carry on, give up, figure out, sort out, put off, call off. Now, I know what you are thinking. This is too many words. How will I remember them? The answer is context. You cannot learn these from a list. You have to see them in a story. So, I am going to tell you a story. It is a story about a very bad day. I want you to listen and count how many phrasal verbs you hear. I will try to use as many as possible from our lesson today. Are you ready? Here is the story of John's bad Monday. John's alarm didn't go off. He woke up at 8:30, which was very late. He jumped out of bed and got up immediately. He tried to turn on the light, but the bulb was broken. Oh no, he thought. He put on his clothes in the dark, a blue sock and a red sock. He went to the kitchen and realized he had run out of coffee. He was already stressed, but he told himself to calm down. He set off for work without breakfast. He tried to start his car, but it had broken down. "I give up!" he shouted, but he knew he couldn't give up. He had to figure out a solution. So, he decided to take the bus. He ran to the bus stop and got on the number 10 bus. It was crowded. He finally turned up at the office an hour late. His boss was waiting. His boss is a difficult man, and John doesn't really get along with him, the boss said. "John, you have let me down. We had a meeting, but I had to call it off because you weren't here." John felt terrible. He needed to sort this out. He apologized and promised to stay late to catch up on work. He carried on working until 8 p.m. When he finally finished, he was exhausted. He was looking forward to his bed. He got home, took off his shoes, turned off the phone, and went to sleep. Did you catch them all? Let's quickly review the narrative flow. The alarm didn't go off. It didn't ring. He woke up, stopped sleeping. He got up, left bed. He turned on the light, activated. He put on clothes, dressed. He ran out of coffee, empty supply. He set off. Started, journey. The car broke down, stopped working. He couldn't give up. Stop trying. He figured out a solution, found an answer. He got on the bus, entered. He turned up, arrived. He doesn't get along with his boss. Friendly relationship. He let him down. Disappointed. The boss called off the meeting. Cancelled. He sorted it out, fixed the problem. He carried on working. Continued. He was looking forward to bed. Excited for. He turned off the phone. Deactivated. This is how native speakers talk. We weave these words together constantly. If John had said, "My alarm failed to activate. I arose. I donned my clothes. I departed. I boarded the bus. I arrived. I have a poor relationship with my boss," he would sound like a robot. By using phrasal verbs, the story feels alive. It feels real. So, how do you practice this? Here is my advice. Do not try to memorize a dictionary of phrasal verbs. There are thousands of them. It is impossible and it is boring. Focus on the verbs we used today. These are the top 25. These are the ones that cover 80% of daily conversation. Take one category a day. Tomorrow morning narrates your life. Say to yourself, "I am waking up. I am getting up. I am putting on my socks. I am turning on the kettle." Say it out loud. When you are on the bus or in the car, say, "I am getting on. I am getting off. I am setting off." Also, when you watch English movies or TV shows, listen for them. You will hear them everywhere. When a character enters a house, do they say enter? No. They say come in. When they leave, they go out. When they investigate a crime, they look into it. Language is a habit. It is a muscle. You have to train it. I want to leave you with one final thought. Do not be afraid of making mistakes. If you say, "Get in the bus," instead of "Get on the bus," everyone will still understand you. Communication is the goal, not perfection. But the more you try to use these little magic words, these phrasal verbs, the more you will connect with native speakers. You will sound friendlier. You will sound more relaxed. And you will stop sounding like a textbook. Thank you so much for listening today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Keep carrying on, don't give up, and I am sure you will figure it out. Goodbye.